Vignette number 105 from Zen Is Right Here, Teaching Stories and Anecdotes of Shunryu Suzuki. Brought to you during a torrential tropical rain. A clinical psychiatrist questioned Suzuki Roshi about consciousness. "I don't know anything about consciousness," Suzuki said. "I just try to teach my students how to hear the birds sing." That's from Arthur Dikeman at Sokoji around 1968. Arthur Dikeman was the source of a prior vignette, because I remember explaining who he was. He was a well-known authority on transpersonal psychology, and he got interested early in meditation and consciousness and all that, and he wanted to define things and understand enlightenment. This is a good example of the sort of answer he'd get from Suzuki. I mean, Suzuki liked him and was happy to talk to him, was very open to him and respected him. Arthur was a sincere seeker, I'll say that. So, "I don't know anything about consciousness," Suzuki said. "I just try to teach my students how to hear the birds sing." So what does this mean? This could be, rather than trying to define what's happening and, what's body, what's mind, what's conscious, what's unconscious, all of that. Just learn to appreciate, as he would say, things as it is, to be aware of things as it is, to be aware of who you are. And that was his job, to help us do that. He wasn't into classifying and explaining, what we're made of, other than just pure awareness, I guess. No, he wouldn't say that either. He'd just say, "Oh, I don't know." And he would use birds as an example. In the film Sunseed, he was interviewed by Amartat Kohn, who directed the film at Tassar in 1970. And he said, and there was a bird there. There were some birds making noise, chirping, singing. He was in his garden. And, he said, if we think about Buddha and what Buddha taught, then we're sacrificing our awareness of what's happening right now, like these birds singing. So he said it's not so good to think about what Buddha taught. It's better, to hear the birds sing. But that's just a symbol for not getting caught in intellectual thought. It doesn't mean that we can't have intellectual study, and it doesn't mean we can't, get into classifying things. But first, wake up to what's happening. Right now, what's happening is this lovely rainstorm. It's been going on for a while. We had some custom sandbags made that aren't too heavy and that are long and cylindrical to put under the back door where it can come in. It has a couple of times in the last few years. The floors are all tile and not that much came in. It's hard for it to get that high, and it has to maintain, because as soon as the rain subsides, the water will drain. It's just, if it's coming in faster that it can drain, and it drains. I had a drain put in. We have this little tiny back garden porch area where we hang laundry, and it's got plants all around the edge, and a clothes washer and a sink, and it's got a little rattan stand of shelves where cleaning supplies and stuff are kept under a little overhang. There's roof overhang there on about a third of it, and there's like bricks on the bottom, so the water will seep through the bricks. But I had a drain put in. Had a gardener early on who did plumbing and cement work and stuff, and he just went to the lowest spot, which was in a corner, and dug it up from there to where you could tie into the outgoing water, and put a plate over it so leaves wouldn't get in and stuff, like a grate over it, and so the water will seep out there. But if it's coming down real hard and just keeps, it's got to be really hard. Eventually the water will keep rising because it's coming down faster than it's going out. It's sort of neat. I like it. The frontal flood too, and we've got one of these cylindrical sandbags with a zipper and stuff. We had them specially made one for the front door too. I don't know if that can happen. I've seen it get on the porch. It'd have to go up a couple of more inches. I just don't think it can. But maybe if it just rained like crazy and didn't stop for hours, maybe it would get that high. Anyway, that's what's happening here. So anyway, this has been a Cuke Audio mini podcast. I'm DC Poobah of Cuke Audio and Cuke Archives, coming to you from sleepy Sanur with Doggett Bandita, Feline Cuchita, and dear lovely Katrinka, who's eating out with someone who's leaving, someone who came here to sober up. She helps people with that. And this is like graduating and leaving. So very few flights out of here or in here, but obviously there's one for her. And so we'll see if Katrinka has to come back by boat or what. Okay, anyway, we're all wishing you and yours and all of us a grand awakening.